everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of the WION Sports Broadband Edition with me, Digvijay Singh Deo. My guest today is one of the most underrated sports persons in India, underrated only because he likes to keep a low profile. There isn't much Vikas Krishan Yadav has not won in the world of boxing, and Vikas joins me now from Bhiwani. Vikas, how have you been and how has this period been for you?
This last 3 months period has been very tough for me, not only for me, but all the sports persons of India. It was very tough because like every sports person, we have our schedule, like getting up in the morning, training, hard training, and then relaxing, then after breakfast and food, and then we kill our time by sleeping. And in the evening, we have training also. And most important, we have a kind of pressure in our mind. So that's a total different feeling. Now we are at home, we are doing nothing from last 3 months. So this feeling has been a lot of different from that.
Okay, but I am told, Vikas, that while most of the people have not been doing much, you have actually kept up your training, not exactly very physical, but a more advanced form of training because you have your farm not too far away from your house in Bhiwani, and that's where you join me from now, and that's where you've been training every day.
Yes, like I was training there, but not every day. When my friend is good was with me for a month, so then we were training. But now as he is gone, now I'm alone, and now I want to train, but I can't train because that kind of mindset I am not having at my farm. Here I'm with my family, enjoying time with them. So that's a different kind of mindset. When I came from Olympic qualification, winning the quota for Olympics, so then I was so much focused on the Olympics. But when the Olympics they were postponed, so now my concentration has been slightly changed. Now I have to go in the pros again. That's why I was training, and the training I was doing, that was advanced kind of training, because when you are with your friends, you can push yourself more for more for more for more. So I was doing that kind of training, professional training with my friends, because now after this lockdown opens, after the flights resume, so I have to go back to US and fight professionally.
I was speaking to Vijinder, our Olympic boxing medalist from 2008, and he was saying that this period is going to be very tough for our boxers. And that's exactly what you are saying as well. He was saying that because of the qualifiers, our boxers had built up a lot of momentum. But with this lockdown, the momentum is gone. Everyone will have to start from zero to plan again for the Olympic Games. How difficult, because you've been already to 2 Olympic Games, because how difficult do you think will it be to regain that momentum inside the ring?
Before 6 months, I started training for the Olympic qualifiers. And for the 6 months, I was totally focused on this training. I was totally my speed, and everything was planned. What I have to do, this my mindset. But as now I got a break from 3 months, now my mindset has totally changed. That's what I told you, and that's what Vijender told him. He was exactly right, because like you can get into a physical shape very much easily. Like train 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you will gain that physical shape very very easily, but not that boxing mindset. So when our camp begins, then I have to find that how I will able to regain my mindset, and how I will be able to fight pros. So that is a difficult task, because like getting into physical shape is so much easy. Getting into the mental shape is quite difficult.
Okay, a lot of your fellow boxers, have been at the National Institute of Sports in Patiala. They have been there all through this lockdown period. You decided to come home and spend time with the family. Uh, in hindsight, do you think you would have been better off being in Patiala, or do you think that ultimately with no training happening there, it's sort of a privileged house arrest?
I don't know anyone's vision, but like sometimes I have fighting in the pros also. But now I'm fighting amateur. From the last 6 months, I have been to home very less. So family is very crucial part of my journey. So I wanted to spend my time with my family. That's why I came back. But now, as it's 3 months over, so now I want to get back and regain that confidence, have that boxing mindset. And I also regretted that why I came back. Like I should have pushed myself for the Olympics. But things happens according to the time. It's not, and you have everything planned and everything goes according to your plan. So at that time I was thinking that okay, it's just a month, and so that I can go home, spend time with my family, and have a great camp further. But now I think that the rest is much more like 3 months. So now I think I should resume the camp as early as possible. But as our government guidelines, state government and central government guidelines, so we have to follow that also, because they they have they have given us guidelines for our sake. So I will not argue with them that why they haven't regained the camps. So I'm just waiting for the camps to resume. That's it.
Okay, but Vikas, an important question here is that 14 months more for the Olympic Games. How does this affect your career? You have been saying that you will go back to pro, but you had, after the Asian Games in 2018, you turned professional. You decided to come back because that Olympic medal is something which has always driven you. You came close both in 2012 and 2016. You were not too far away from that Olympic medal. But how do you now swing between the amateur and the professional fighting? Because now you have the quota for the Olympics. Do you want to go back into professional again for the next 4 or 5 months and then again come back? How do you think this is going to work?
No, one thing, the best one thing that has happened to me, that I got a quota, and now I have an year and 2 months for training. So basically you have a lot of time, so that you can regain your skills and get back into the professional arena. Like boxing is very much hard sport. It's totally different from amateur boxing. It makes you a tough guy, because I was there for 6 weeks and 7 weeks. So professional boxing had made me tough, and I have fought at Madison Square Garden, the world's one of the world's biggest arenas. So like getting in the pros give you more confidence, and the training is totally different. So like I will share my experience with an example. Like if you are in class 10, so like professional boxing is class 10. Studying in class 10, giving the exams of class 10, like questions can come from this side, questions can come from that side. But amateur boxing is like reading in class 5th. So once you read the books of class 10 set, then class 5th is easy. So that's what I compare professional boxing with amateur. And I saw the result when I got in the SAF games. Like SAF games is not that much good competition, but still I was able to see all the picture clear. When I was at trials in India, so the picture was clear, and when I went to the Olympic qualification, the picture was clear. The people, my coaches and other my friends and all the guys who know me, who know my boxing from last some years, they saw a complete change in me. They saw a lot of confidence. Like I was making the guys miss their punches and looking like I was trying to prove the art. Like boxing is the art, you have to defend yourself and then you have to counter attack. So I was trying to prove that art, and I was successful in that.
Great to hear that, Vikas, because I've actually seen you from your junior days. I, in fact, covered your gold medal at the Asian Games in 2010. That was, what, 10 years back? And I've seen you grow as a boxer all through these years. But that Olympic medal is something which has constantly motivated you, hasn't it? And the fact that you missed out on 12 and 16, is that something which continuously drives you? That's why you've come back, that this is my last throw of the dice, that I have to do whatever I can. You've gone to professional, picked up that experience. I'll do whatever I can to get that Olympic medal.
Like I'm going to I want to be honest with you. Like I'm not dreaming of Olympic medal. I'm going to get Olympic gold, and there is nothing less than that. Because if I want to live my life happily after the, like, my older days, and if I want to live my life happily, so I have to win. So that's what I think, that because otherwise the Olympic medal, Olympic gold will be in my mind, that my hands were okay, my legs were okay, I was too intelligent, I was too clever for boxing, and still I was not able to get it. So these things will drive me crazy when I get in my old shape, when I do all the stuff. So these things will all the time in my mind. Now I feel fear if I think like, okay, after 5 years I'm not going to get Olympic gold, and then what will I do? Like I will box professionally, or I will do my police duty or anything. So these things will drive me crazy. I will be mad at that time that, hey, today my hands are not working that much well, my legs are not working. Why? Oh God, let me give my time back so that I can win the Olympic gold, and I will train hard. So I will not leave any stone unturned this time. Like last time I had some mistakes, but this time I'm full mature and my age is perfect for getting Olympic gold. And I'm sure not I'm even the coaches and everyone is telling me, even the coaches and everyone is telling me that because you're going to win Olympic gold. I say, don't worry, I will. And that was one incident. Like I was sitting with an Australian coach in the when I was in Olympic qualifiers. So he told me that, because you have to win two to get the Olympic quota. I said, coach, I'm going to win four. Please don't tell anyone. And then he was like afraid, oh shit, this guy should not fight my guys. So that kind of confidence I got when I went in the pros. And there is no substitute for that hard work.
Confidence is something you've always had in plenty, Vikas, because I've seen you over the years. But what is Vikas Yadav in confidence is something you've always had in plenty, and I've seen that over the years. But how is Vikas Yadav, the boxer in 2020, different from Vikas, the boxer, say 4 years back at Rio in 2016, where you were in the quarterfinals, you were in the middle match?
A totally different version of Vikas. Like like the softwares get updated. So now I can't update more myself. So I'm in my top form. I'm in top. I am like, now I'm not in my physical top shape, but I will be like, as in the Olympic qualifiers. I was the topmost. I shared one picture on Instagram, and that pic was like, oh shit, if someone looks that pic before the fight, so he's going to be half confident. Oh shit, maybe I can beat this guy, or I have a doubt. So I was in that shape. Now I am in top physical, top medical top medical shape and top mindset now I'm having, but not physical. So when I go in the camps, like regain my training 2-3 weeks, and then I will be in the top physical shape again.
Okay, I remember you telling me in Rio, where only 3 boxers qualified, that even for those 3 to qualify, because of the uncertainty around Indian boxing, was a huge thing. You all thought it may not even happen. Today, already you've had the best sort of contingent already qualified, and you still have one more qualifier whenever that happens to add to the numbers. What do you think is the change in Indian boxing? Because over the last 4 years, we've seen all these young talent come in. Lots of these great women boxers are coming in, Mary Com showed the way. Now you have Simranjeet, Lavlina, and all these others coming in. As somebody who's very experienced, how do you see this change, and what has changed?
Like, first thing, the federation has changed. Now we have, at that time we don't have any federation. So in this time the scoring system is like all the guys in Asia, in the world, like we are in the match of these guys. We are 19, some guys are 19 and the world is 20, some guys are 20 and the world is 19. So we have a good federation to, at that time we had no federation. That's why our only 3 boxers that were totally one-sided. I was totally one-sided. I'm saying that Shiva Thapa was totally one-sided. Manoj Kumar was totally one-sided that time. That's how we got quota. But this time, even the bouts were close. Like some bouts were 19-20. We were also 19-20. We were also 19 in that fight. But still we got the fight. So federation matters. And secondly, the selection criteria. The selection criteria the coaches has made, like I didn't like it first because they took my trials also. Like I was one-sided when I went from here. Like I was in 75 kg and I was one-sided. I won the Commonwealth Games gold and Asian Games medal. So I think I was one-sided. And now when I came back in 69, they wanted me to go through a trial. Like first I didn't like it. Like why should I go for a trial? Like I have fought professionally. I'm Commonwealth Games gold medalist, Asian Games gold medalist, and I'm this and that. So first I was not able. First I didn't like the trials, but then I thought, hey, this might be a good selection, not only for me but for other team also. So then they took my trials. I eased through the trials, and and I want to say the selection criteria and the federation are the main two factors.
Okay. But why this, I remember you starting off in 60, 64, going to 69, then going to 75. Now you won the quota in 69. How has this been? What are the reasons for that, going up and down?
Like my father always, like I was very much eager to play in 69 in Rio also. But my father pushed me. Hey, no. I want a heavier guy. I want my son to be lot stronger and like heavier, like a man type. I don't want you to be a baby type in 69 and 64, always cutting weight. And I don't want you to be a baby. I want you to be a grown man. So then when I lost in the Olympics, like I'm telling you seriously, I have that on record also. My weight was 71 point something, 71.3 or 4 when I lost in the Olympics. So how guys whom I'm competing with, their weight was 77, 8 kg difference between my power and their power. So and apart from that, I beat the US guy in the first round, and I beat the Turkish Olympian in the second round. So that was quite an achievement for me. But I never thought that 75 kg was my weight. Only my father pushed me through that. That's why I got into 75. And now when I was cutting weight, then Neeraj drove me. No. You don't have to play 75 kg. 69 is your weight, and you are going to win gold in that. I don't have to. I don't have to think twice. Then I get back into 69. So Neeraj was behind my weight cutting this time. Otherwise, my weight was like 73 or 74. Then I was able to increase my weight. I used to increase my weight, drink water before I go on weighting. So mm, that's not how boxing works. Like I was winning medal at Commonwealth Games. My weight was 72. My weight was 73. I was winning gold at Commonwealth Games. I was winning medal at Asian Games. My weight was 74. So I out punched my opponents because of something God has given extra in me. But that's not how we works in the Olympics. I don't want to take any kind of chance. Even I can beat some guys who are in 75 right now, who are already Olympic medalists. I have beaten some guys who are already Olympic medalists. But I don't want to take any kind of chance. So just go in 69 and kill the guys with the power. That's the simple.
That's what I like about you, because you sort of always seem to know which is the right mode to adopt heading into a major games. But you spoke about wanting to returning to training, wanting to go back to camps. I don't know if you've seen the SOPs for resumption of boxing by the Sports Authority of India. What do you make of them? How do you sort of get back into shape if there's no sparring, which is what those SOPs say at the moment?
Like I haven't seen the SOP, and like I don't think I need to see that, because that's the work of coaches, and better they see what they have to get us in the action, and the government is going to see that. But from my point of view, the main thing is environment for me. If I get that kind of environment where I can train with people, so I can do much better. So I'm only thinking about the environment, because at home you are with your family, you are with your babies, and there is no a perfect schedule that in the morning you have to wake up at 5. Sometimes I wake up at 5 and do training. Sometimes I wake up at 8. Sometimes I wake up at 9. So that environment is not there at home, and in the camps I will get the environment, and
And also,
whenever I get the
do you
environment,
think,
that's it for
because
me.
that
Now I
apart
will.
from that environment which you're speaking about, it's also about, staying with, say, 30, 40 other boxers, everyone sort of having that same focus. And that is something which brings the best out of you, the competitive spirit.
Yes, like when I'm at home, I'm listening my whatever my children say. Hey, oh, Papa, we did this last year. We did this. This time we are going to do this. So you are listening your baby stories, and no one is going to say you, hey, like I haven't listened from last 2 months that I'm going to get the Olympic gold. I haven't, because everyone forgot. Now the Olympics have postponed. Now it's much time, much time, much time. So like when I go in the camp, so every day there will be Olympics talk. This time I'm going to do this in the Olympics. Last time I did this, and so you have that feeling, and that's it.
I'm actually smiling because I have seen you when you were the baby of the national team, and here we are discussing what you are speaking with your babies. But Vikas, thank you for your time. I've actually, as I said earlier in the interview, I've seen you from a very young age, and one thing that has always stood you in good stead has been your confidence, and the fact that you sort of know what to do this time. The fact that you've cut down your weight, the fact that you went to professional, you're adapting that training into your amateur competitions as well. The only thing I will say, Vikas, is when you get back into competition, be careful of the eyes, because the last two major competitions you've gone to, you've sort of not had to fight for the big medal. That can't happen. If you really want to go for gold, keep yourself safe. That's the only thing I can tell you. Rest you all know.
Yeah, you are right. But like in this Olympics, this eyes and this cutting, this hand breaking, is this leg breaking, nothing can stop me. I'm so much focused, nothing can stop me. And even in this competition, I got a bad eye cut, and my all eye was cut, and still I beat the world number 2. So that was quite an achievement for me. And that guy looked baby in front of me.
Okay, Vikas, all the best. Thank you for your time, and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vikas.